private moment, two familiar names, and one short clip that's suddenly everywhere. But before you jump to conclusions, pause, because the most important part of this story isn't the rumour. It's what the rumour reveals about fame, privacy, and how quickly the internet can write a relationship narrative for two people who haven't said a word. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes we'll unpack what's circulating, what we actually know, and why this is triggering such an emotional reaction across different fan communities worldwide. What's circulating online is being presented as a private moment involving Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei, described by some accounts as footage captured in a car. The tone of the posts is confident, even triumphant, as if the internet has stumbled upon a hidden chapter of a love story and can now declare it finished and true. But the reality is far less settled. What we actually have is a chain of reposts, commentary, and interpretation, each link adding a little more certainty than the last, until speculation begins to resemble fact. At the time of recording, there is no official statement confirming any relationship, and no reliable, verifiable context explaining what the clip shows, when it was recorded, or how it reached the public. That absence matters. In modern celebrity culture, unconfirmed does not slow a story down. It often accelerates it, because uncertainty invites people to fill the silence with their own narrative. So the first point to hold firmly is this. We are not dealing with a proven event, but a viral claim. And when a claim concerns something personal, the difference between seen and known becomes more important than ever. Stories like this travel quickly because they touch a rare combination of attention triggers: familiarity, ambiguity, and emotional investment. Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei are not just well-known names, they are faces that audiences already associate with warmth, chemistry, and a particular kind of on-screen sincerity. When two recognizable figures are placed inside a romantic frame, especially one labeled private, the mind reacts before the reasoning catches up. Ambiguity does the rest. A brief clip, a partial angle, a moment without full context becomes a blank canvas. Some viewers paint hope onto it, others paint suspicion, and both reactions generate the same result: clicks, comments, and repeat viewing. The algorithm is not designed to reward truth, it is designed to reward response. Then there is the deeper force: emotion. For some, this feels like a comforting fantasy becoming real. For others, it feels like an intrusion or a threat to the carefully balanced ecosystem of fandom. Either way, people do not simply watch, they choose sides. And once a story becomes a social identity marker, it stops being about what happened and becomes about what it means to believe, defend, or reject it. For many viewers, especially those who have lived long enough to understand consequence, the most striking part of this story is not romance, it is exposure. When something is described as leaked, the emotional atmosphere changes. It suggests that the moment was not offered, it was taken. And that raises a quieter, more serious question. What does entertainment cost when someone else's private life becomes the currency? Fame does not erase personhood. Public figures accept visibility, yes, but they do not sign away the right to boundaries, dignity, or safety. There is a difference between a public appearance and a private scene, between a crafted message and a captured fragment. When that line is blurred, the audience is invited to participate in something that feels thrilling, but can also be unsettling, because it carries the scent of trespassing. A mature view does not demand moral perfection from viewers. It simply asks for awareness. It asks us to recognize that we can be curious and still be careful. We can discuss public narratives without turning private moments into trophies. We can enjoy celebrity culture without feeding the machinery that punishes humans for being human. If we want healthier fandom, we have to start treating privacy not as a weakness to exploit, but as a boundary that deserves respect. One overlooked angle is how easily a short clip can distort reality. The internet is remarkably skilled at turning fragments into conclusions. A second of footage can look intimate or innocent, depending on the framing, timing, and even the caption sitting above it. Once the narrative is chosen, every detail becomes evidence, and anything that doesn't fit is ignored. That is not investigation. It is confirmation bias disguised as certainty. Another angle is the weight of silence. When public figures do not respond, audiences often interpret it as an answer. But silence can mean many things: legal caution, personal exhaustion, a refusal to legitimize gossip, or a deliberate attempt to prevent escalation. In high-pressure industries, responding to rumours can create more damage than the rumour itself. Silence is not always concealment. Sometimes it is self-preservation. A third angle is collateral impact. Even unverified narratives can ripple outward into brands, productions, colleagues and families. It can shape interviews, trigger online harassment, and distort professional reputations. And for the individuals at the center, it can create a persistent psychological strain, the feeling that any ordinary moment could be edited into a spectacle. When audiences miss these angles, they treat the story as a game. But for the people involved, it may feel like living under a magnifying glass that never switches off. Curiosity is not the enemy, carelessness is. The healthiest communities are not those that pretend rumours do not exist, but those that learn how to hold uncertainty without turning it into harm. If we admire Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei as artists, the most supportive response is not to amplify speculation. It is to protect the space where they can keep working, growing and living without constant invasion. A healthier approach begins with language. Words shape reality online. When we use absolute claims, we harden a rumour into a truth that others will weaponize. But when we speak with restraint, it's being claimed. There is no official confirmation. Context is unclear. We keep the conversation human and fair. That alone can lower the temperature of an entire comment section. It also helps to redirect attention towards what is real and constructive. Instead of obsessing over private interpretations, we can discuss public work, performances that moved us, interviews that revealed character, projects we're excited to see. Mature fandom is not about possessing a celebrity's private world. It is about respecting their craft and allowing them room to breathe. Finally, we can set standards in our own community. We can refuse cruelty, discourage invasive speculation, and remind each other that dignity is not a luxury. It is the baseline. This moment, whether it fades or grows, is a mirror held up to modern celebrity culture. It shows how quickly the internet can turn uncertainty into certainty, and how easily private life becomes public entertainment when a story is emotionally convenient. It reminds us that viral is not a synonym for verified, and that repetition can make a claim feel true even when the foundations are thin. If there is one lesson worth keeping, it is this. Treat people more gently than the algorithm demands. The internet rewards speed, outrage, and certainty. But real life is slower, more complex, and rarely as simple as a caption wants it to be. Two individuals can be colleagues, friends, or something more, and none of us can responsibly declare it based on fragments passed around online. So the most grounded takeaway is a balanced one. Stay curious, but stay fair. Discuss, but don't accuse. Observe, but don't invade. And remember that every celebrity headline is still attached to a human being who has to wake up the next morning and live with whatever the world decided to believe. In the end, the most powerful kind of fandom is not the loudest. It is the one that protects dignity while the noise tries to steal it. If you appreciate coverage that's calm, respectful, and keeps the facts separate from the noise, please subscribe to CN News, tap the notification bell, and share your thoughts in the comments, politely and thoughtfully. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next CN News update.